Hi Flosstube, it's Lauren McClary, textilist, and I'm back for Vlogmas December 8th. And I have a short little video to share with you today. I'm going to get back into showing you things that I use to complement my home during the holiday seasons. And one of them is changing out my artwork. I'm not sure why, but the kittens seem to think they need to go outside or otherwise interrupt mom while she's videotaping, probably because I'm talking and they think I'm talking to them. So back to the artwork. I have some vintage prints that I've collected over the years, and I also have one from a contemporary artist, although sadly he passed away during COVID. It was really a tragedy. It has beautiful artwork, and that, of course, is Billy Jacobs. I might have to back up to show you this. So this is a print I bought probably longer than that, maybe 10 years ago. You can get them in all different sizes. You can get them in different medium. This is on a canvas, so it looks like a painting. This is one of a series of 4. I think you can get the schoolhouse in winter, which is this, and fall, spring, and summer. And I really love this print. I put it out every year. It's mounted on a very lightweight frame. I can put another frame around it if I wish, but mostly I hang it just this way. And I really love this one. So this one's gonna go out and get hung. The next one is a print that my daughter purchased for me. I'm gonna put my glasses on to see if I can see the artist here. I don't have these memorized. So the artist is Linda Nelson Stocks. This is from 1994, and you will see it is, sorry for the lighting glare. It is, boy, that glare is really awful. I'm sorry about that. It is a very 80s, 90s look. It's, of course, mounted and with matting, but I love it. My daughter bought it for me for Christmas one year because she knows that I really like prints like this. So this one is going up on the wall tonight. And the next one I have is a print from 1988. I picked this one up at Habitat for Humanity. I just thought it was so charming. It's in my guest bathroom, and this is a print by Isadore, and it's a limited and numbered print. And I got it for a very reasonable price, probably $5 or less. But it is just as adorable as it can be. That little girl is so sweet. And each day I wish you Christmas apples and summer flowers. I don't mind the dated matting or framing. I think they're fine. So a couple videos ago, I told you about that I save all of my bubble wrap envelopes. This one, of course, is from Farm Girl. I have a lot of these. I love that they're teal. They're so cute. And I use it to protect. I just took it out of there. It's the perfect size for this print. This is a vintage, I think the artist's name is covered, but this would be approximately from the 1920s, maybe even a little bit earlier. And this is an original print. They did prints then. And this is also an antique frame. So this is around 100 years old. But I love this print. This one gets hung up in my bedroom. And I am sorry for the lighting. It is dark here. It's about 5:30. And the lighting is just not great in my house at nighttime. I have a ton of windows and it's super bright here in the day, but nighttime lighting is not that great. The other one I have, I think I picked this up at an antique store in Olympia, and it's an American winter scene, and it's by, I cannot read Looks like D-U-R-K-I-E, Durkee, or Durie, D-U-R-R-I-E. Yes, a painting by George H. Durie, and it's American Winter Scene. This is also an antique in an antique frame. Oh, let's see if I can make this work. It's just reflecting everything. Oh, that's so sad. I'm gonna turn it a little bit this way and see if that helps. That helped a little. So I love these vintage prints, very reminiscent of Currier and Ives, old American scenes, and they go well with my decor here. So that is something else I do. I pull out different things and I change out prints. I think I have one more. Oh, I have one more. All right, this is another one of my treasures. It is a Norman Rockwell. It's called the Christmas Coach. It's quite large. And it shows, I'm going to back up here as far as I can, a picture, it looks to me English, of a Christmas coach. You've got people who can afford to ride inside, people who have to ride on top, all of the holiday packages, and you've got your little troubadour there at the back, and I love this print. Definitely one of my faves. So that's part of my holiday artwork that's going to be hung up. A couple other things. I like to put out my Christmas quilts. I'll show you a couple. Both of these are queen size quilts, so they're kind of hard to show. And then I have a couple throws. Now, there was a tremendous response about talking about the current catalog. And then someone else reminded me of the ABC catalog, which was very similar. But I'm still trying to recall the name of the company that did Christmas party show type things. Now, I believe it came in a catalog and you could hold a party or just get a group of people together. But I bought both of these in the 80s from that catalog. And they are cotton, double woven, printed scenes. I want to make sure, oops, that's upside down. Throws. And I have one in I have two, one in each of my favorite colors. So this is the green one, and they're fringed, and they're actually quite warm because they're double woven. And then this is the back side, so it's the same scene, just in reverse. I love how you can really change up, and I hope you can hear me behind these, how you can change up the look by just turning the throw over. The other one is a deep red. This is my favorite red. And, oops, having some transitional issues here. There we go. And there's the picture on this one. And it has scenery of children and wagons and trees all around. And then here is the beautiful reverse side. Aren't those wonderful? I've had these out every Christmas for 35 years and they've really held up. I'm not sure if I've had to wash these or not. I try to keep them clean. Here is one of my Christmas quilts that I made for a guest bedroom. I'm just going to show you a corner of it. This is a super easy pattern. You can make it out of any 3 or 4 different prints. So you need a main print here, which is kind of like a neutral. And then I had 4 prints. These were all from the same line. I don't remember what this line was, but this was in a quilt store or quilt shop that I worked in. And I actually have 5 prints here because I did the corners. But you pick whatever size of block you want this to be and you cut those blocks, and then you cut 4, or you can even do 3. So, and sew them together so it'll match that size. And then I chose to put them on point and put corner blocks and then just some sashing. So this goes on a guest bed every year. And this is one of my favorite Christmas quilts that I finished to date. It is a thimbleberry. And I'll just show you the corner here. And this is all flannel. It is so cozy. And it's such a beautiful quilt. It's very simple, but the colors, everything are just gorgeous. And then this is the back. I love this quilt. And it looks, it's like a statement piece when you put it on your bed, just because of the simplicity and because you have a center, this beautiful flannel floral, and the rest of the quilt just frames it. Some other things that I use to change the house over to Christmas is throw rugs. So I have rugs in front of every door because it's very dusty here. And I change them from season to season. They're lighter in the summertime, they're darker in the wintertime, in the fall, they're browns and golds and rusts. And then of course for Christmas, they're the deep reds and burgundies and greens. And so here's just a few of the ones that I use for Christmas. I think I picked this up from Costco several years ago. This one is one of my favorites. This goes in front of the wood stove so that there's some protection for the carpet. And then I have a couple of these, and actually I think I have 3 of these, and I use these in different places. Sometimes they go on the top of the coffee table, sometimes they go in front of the door. They're super durable. I've washed them several times, but I really like those. So this is another thing you can do that's really small, pretty inexpensive to change out your decor and just make it a little bit more holiday and festive, and without being kind of in your face festive. I also wanted to share this ornament with you. I usually have it hanging up when it's not holiday time. I have it hanging up in my prim room. This is a pattern by Primitive Gatherings, Lisa Bonjean. It's from several years ago, and I got it as a kit during one of her holiday countdown sales. And if you've never been to those, you need to check it out. I'm not affiliated with her or anything. I love her style. I love the way she puts things together. I've followed her for years. And the reason I got this one is I thought it would be a great project to work on with my granddaughter. We made this when she was about 3, so it's been 9 years ago or so. Basically, and I'm sorry, I'm pulling all this fuzz off of here, kitty hair everywhere and mommy hair. You just cut, I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but you just cut little pieces, graduated size of wool. So if you can see that, and you string them on a thread, and then you put the little star topper on top, and then you fold a piece of wool to put on the bottom. I checked her site. I know she still carries these. You can get them in different colors, and she just thought it was the greatest thing. So I cut them all out. She picked them up and we loaded them on the string, and she helped make this ornament, and I just adore it. I think I'd like to make several more of these, but they're super cute. So Lisa Bonjean, Primitive Gatherings. I think you can buy just the pattern or the kit where she supplies you with just the little bits of wool to put this together. Okay, so what else do we have today? I'm going to start a project. I'm not going to do the whole project on the video because it's going to take a very long time. And this is another one very similar to doing the dried oranges and cranberries that I've wanted to do for years. I've always seen where you can do the oranges and the cloves, and I'm going to do that. I have a couple of oranges. Everything I've read recommends, again, to not get a very ripe orange. Get one that's pretty firm, not quite ripe. It's going to do a whole lot better once you poke the cloves into it. And there's a couple ways to do it. And what I have read is that the more densely you put the cloves in, the longer it will be preserved. Now, these can be preserved for many, many years. The cloves themselves will preserve it. Or you can make a mixture of orris root and spices, and then after you put your cloves in, you roll it in that. And orris root is a fixative preservative. I'm going to try it with just the cloves and not the spice mixture, mainly because to buy the orris root, it's pretty expensive and it's very hard to find. So I'm going to try it this year with just the cloves. If that works, I'll probably keep that. If not, maybe eventually I will try the other. But the one I want to try today, the one I'm going to start, excuse me, is I'm going to make a pear cloved pear. These will also dry and stay good for many, many years. And you want to probably start with this is a Bosc pear. And I've started to do this a couple times this season already, and my pears get ripe, and then I eat them, and then I have to go get more pears. So I grabbed some more pears while I was in town today. What I've read is that you want to start on the bottom, and as you start poking them in, and they go in pretty easy, you want to leave just a slight bit of room in between the cloves. So see? And the reason for that is when the pear dries, it's going to shrink a little bit. And so you want to leave room for when the shrinkage that the cloves can come together. This one is a pretty firm pear. It's also quite large. I didn't even think about that. I wanted big ones, but then I wasn't thinking about how many cloves it was going to take. And the cloves are a little bit pokey, so I brought this little thing not to poke into, that's going to make too big of a hole, not to poke into the pear, but just to push the clove down. The cloves, they can be a little brittle, and you do want to be gentle as you're doing this. It smells so good. Now, you can see, I'm sorry again about the lighting, it's pretty juicy. So you're going to want to do it over a bowl. And then at some point when you get to about here, you might want to stick some toothpicks on the side so that you can just suspend it above a bowl so that the juices have a place to drip to. And there you go. That's what I wanted to share today. I had never heard of the cloved pears. I had seen it on an Instagram post a year or two ago, and I had reached out to the person who had posted it, and then she sent me an email or sent me a message, and I can't find it. But she had given me a lot of tips, and one of the tips was about having a little bit of space so that there's some shrinkage available. And the other tip was to suspend it so that the juices have a place to go. She said she'd had hers that she had done for more than 20 years. So the cloves are what preserve the fruit, whatever the fruit may be. And you want to get enough cloves in there for the right ratio of preservation to the size of the fruit. This is actually going pretty well. I'll bet you this one's probably going to take me, maybe an hour. I might turn on a holiday movie to continue doing this. It smells amazing. Between the smell of the pear juice and the cloves, it really smells good. So, back to my story. So, and I know I say so a lot, and I try to break that habit, but I have not been able to do it. Another Instagram account that I follow, she's in my favorites, so she pops up. She's one of the people who pops up first, is Shelly from White Pine. I don't think that's her entire Instagram account, and I'll put it down below. She is the artist that makes those adorable little cabins. She's also a furniture maker, and she is a decorator extraordinaire. I love her simple, primitive, but not overly primitive look that she does for her house. She does wonderful things with greenery, just beautiful stuff. She had posted a picture, and she likes to highlight other Instagrammers, beautiful Instagrammers that do beautiful pictures of their homes or decorating. And she had this on one of her posts. She had a pear, and I don't remember if it was hers. Maybe it was hers and she had purchased it, or she was highlighting another person. And so we were messaging back and forth, and that kind of got her going down the road of wanting to make these. So she reached out to a couple people, and they gave her some tips. So if you go to her Instagram account and go back a little bit, you'll see the pears, and you will see more or less everything that I'm talking about today. So that's basically what I have to share with you today. It's the weekend. I hope you're all going to get some great stitching in. I'm going to work on this a little bit, and then I'm going to get some stitching in. And I will see you soon. Happy holidays, and see you tomorrow.